Well, the investigation is in, and there's one piece of audio nobody in the media seems to be playing. I think it's cringe as hell, and I want you to hear what Andrew Cuomo did in this call. But first, to his response to the results of this investigation, saying he harassed, inappropriately touched, and even threatened members of his staff. And he says, don't worry. Mwah. When I was kissing them, I kiss all of them. When I was rubbing them, I rub all of them. I don't care whether they're gay, straight, black, white, or everything in between. Seriously, this was his response.
I do it with everyone. Black and white, young and old, straight and LGBTQ, powerful people.
Oh, Al Gore,
Friends,
Robert De Niro,
strangers, people who I meet on the street.
Just anybody, even people he meets on the street, mwah, right in there. Who doesn't do that? It's totally normal behavior. He released a position statement from his attorney, 85 pages long, and stay put, the cringe audio is coming up in just a moment. He said, the way he interacts with others is not gender-based. He goes on to explain people he's made out with in different photos. The governor's interaction has been on public display virtually on a daily basis for nearly 20 years. He kisses everybody, Democratic and Republican politicians, male and female alike, handshakes, hugs, kisses, connecting with others. I'll go further down into this position statement with him in just a second. But here is the conversation between Charlotte Bennett and Governor Cuomo on October 4th, 2019, that the Attorney General of New York released, and nobody's really talking about. It gets really, really creepy. Listen to this guy on the phone with her. Ready? She's recording the call.
Hello.
Hi, Governor.
Yeah.
This is Charlotte.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You don't know that song.
No,
Before your time.
it's before my time, but I appreciated the singing.
Do you love me? Do you really love me? Do you love me? Do you care?
Weird, man.
I'll have to listen now.
Yeah, you will. Give it a listen sometimes.
It's before even my time.
Oh, there you go.
It's just a weird conversation.
Now I have less of an excuse.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, guys, nothing weird about this. All this in the wake of the report of the investigation into allegations of sexual harassment by Governor Andrew Cuomo that was released by the state of New York and the Office of the Attorney General, Letitia James. She's been working on this since the allegations came out earlier, and you could see in here 168 pages featuring multiple people, former and current state employees, named as Executive Assistant 1, Trooper 1, who says that Cuomo put his finger on the back of her neck and went all the way slowly down to the middle of her back. Charlotte Bennett, Lindsey Boylan, Alyssa McGrath, Anna Liss, Caitlin, and state entity employees 1 and 2. These are the folks who this is all about. You can go into the entire background of these claims, but the conclusions of the report are that the governor engaged in conduct that constituted sexual harassment under federal and state law. The executive chamber's failure to report and investigate allegations of sexual harassment violated their own internal policies, and they go further down into it. Before we get to President Biden's reaction to this, which may surprise you, so stay put, this is one of my favorite parts right here. All right, we're looking at the statement position from Governor Cuomo's attorney. Exhibit 1, he's got these exhibits in his defense when it comes to all of these claims. Exhibit 1 is a bunch of photos of him touching people and kissing people of all different varieties and types, like you saw in that video response. He's like, look, here's me kissing all of these people. I obviously didn't do anything wrong. Exhibit 2 is other people doing the same thing. That's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's Joe Biden and somebody at this event. And on you go. This is like, hey, other people do this stuff too. Is this really a great way to prove your kid? He's throwing Obama under the bus. These are all the politicians, Nancy Pelosi, that you thought might stand up for you and back you up now that you're pushed against the corner. they're not going to back you up. Pelosi's already tossed him under the bus. And all of his exhibits are like this. George Bush, look at this. Oh, I get it. Governor Cuomo did nothing wrong because George W. Bush posed for a photo kissing Oprah Winfrey. there's your evidence. And it goes on to show some tweets from these employees that were positive about him, as if they couldn't have changed their mind afterwards, right? There's no way that somebody who says something positive about the governor who was working for him at the time in a tweet is either lying about what's happening or just trying to do things within their job. That's proof that they never at any point did anything untoward with them. Here's Biden facing the question, what should happen to Governor Cuomo? Governor of New York, should he step down?
Mr. President, can I ask you about news of the day, one more on Governor Cuomo? You're calling for him to resign now. My question is, do you think he should be prosecuted? And what is your message to the women who have now accused him of sexually harassing them and abusing them?
Look, what I said was, if the investigation of the Attorney General concluded that the allegations are correct, that back in March, that I would recommend he resign. That's what I'm doing today. I've not read the report. I don't know the detail of it.
He said he's recommending he resigns.
Mr. President, one other question on COVID, if I could, really quickly. It's the eviction moratorium.
So he goes on to answer some other questions. They circle back. He is saying that he believes that Andrew Cuomo should resign. Here's Andrew Cuomo's own words. Put it on a billboard. At New York Governor Cuomo on Twitter. And we'll end with this. I want your thoughts. What's going to happen next? What are your predictions? Because that's what I like around here. I want you to predict what you think is going to happen into these news stories that we talk about as the timeline goes on. Will Andrew Cuomo be able to keep his gig as governor of New York, or will he be forced out because of this pressure? I'm also interested to see Chris Cuomo, his brother, respond to this. His brother was mentioned multiple times in the report. Will CNN feel pressured to boot him out because he helped Andrew Cuomo defend himself in this case? Cuomo's tweet as we end: there should be a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to sexual harassment and must send a clear message that this behavior is not tolerated. May 17th, 2013. What say you now, Governor Cuomo? And what say you? Hit me up in those comments. I look forward to reading your thoughts today. If you're new around here, hey, please take a moment, if you don't mind, hit that share button to spread this around to your friends. Maybe Cuomo himself is even in your group of friends on social media, and he'll respond to this. We'll see. I'm looking for those comments, Andrew Cuomo. And I also want you to, if you're new here again, hit the follow button. Facebook.com/The News Junkie. We are almost to 75,000 followers, just a couple hundred away. You could be the next to push us over that hump. Facebook.com/The News Junkie. Hit the follow button. Hit subscribe over at YouTube.com/The News Junkie. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you again real soon.